Louis the Child, everybody. Woo woo. Actually, Robbie, could you scoot in a little bit closer to the camera? Oh yeah, there you go. We don't even see Freddie at all. Oh, perfect. All right. So thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate having you guys. It's always a pleasure to talk to y'all.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Yeah, I don't want to let anyone miss out on the conversation we were just having about how important Magic School Bus is. So if there's anything else you want to say about Miss Frizzle and the Magic School Bus.
Oh, I miss her. We should just watch an episode just to like nostalgia, just a little rush of nostalgia.
Totally.
Yeah, we were just talking about it. I don't know what made me think of it. Remember what it was?
You said according to my research.
Oh, I said according to my research, and I was like, oh, that one character from Magic School Bus.
Yeah, well, according to my research, the Magic School Bus is a must-watch for anyone out there who sadly doesn't know what it is.
You've done good research then.
Yeah, oh yeah. So, we were just watching the Big Love video featuring Earthgang. They're out of Atlanta, right? I love everything that I've heard them do.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Love them.
How was it working with them on that track? Was that your first time? Did you guys get to meet in person?
We met in person at Snow Globe Music Festival over New Year's. We'd already been talking to them a little bit on like Instagram, and I think we'd already like sent them the beat, and we linked up with them for a little bit at Snow Globe. They're super nice dudes and like fun, down to earth guys, and no pun intended with
Yeah, I know, right? I guess that's where they got their name.
Yeah, but we had made that beat kind of a while ago, and really felt like that was like, we're like, whatever this beat is, like this needs to be the first song on the album. This like has that energy that we want like out the gate, and like just this big explosion of life. And we struggled for a little while to like find someone to do anything on it, because it's such a like, I don't know, it's a very interesting beat.
Yeah.
So we hit up Earthgang, we were like, like you guys could definitely do something crazy on this, and like you guys can definitely bring the like energy that we need like right out the gate from the album, and luckily they liked it and they totally delivered on it.
Carpe diem, make love, get the cream. Big love linking up like a hyphen.
Was it one of the songs that you made earlier on in the process? Or is it something that kind of came midway?
Midway, but on the earlier side, yeah.
The beat was kind of on the earlier side, but the song itself came together later on.
Yeah, but it wasn't at the beginning, but maybe that song.
Yeah.
So it was early beginning of making.
Early beginning, middle-ish.
Yeah, look, time isn't real. Time is a social construct. Like, let's not get too hooked up on when and where.
There is no tomorrow.
Exactly. There's only here for now.
Yes.
Where are you guys coming to us here for now? You guys are together, which is really wonderful in quarantine times to have your best friends with you. But where are you actually?
We're in Hollywood.
Hollywood.
Yeah,
Hollywood.
My place.
With the stars.
And we making beats.
That's cool. What's going on with that bookshelf? I like that you guys chose the intellectual backdrop of the bookshelf.
Yeah.
I love reading. I'm like reading a bunch of books all at once. I like ordered like 60 books, and I'm reading like 10 and taking notes on them like every day, whatever. I'm like, I have stuff on like self-esteem or like joy or meditation, or like I have a bunch of poetry books or
art
like
books,
history of humanity, or like
That's so cool. What's something that you've read in one of those 10 books that you're reading, very casual right now? What's a thought that you learned or something you read that has been swirling around in your head lately? What's something that sparked your curiosity?
Well, I don't know, just it's interesting thinking about all of the different like types of humans, and like I'm reading this book Sapiens, and we're like, it's only Homo sapiens now, but like just thinking about all the different, like they talk about like Homo erectus, Homo rudolfensis, Homo floresiensis, like all these different like family members that we used to have, and like thinking about maybe in the future if we're gonna have different subspecies of like humans. It's like just so interesting to think about, like especially our past, like thinking about how we only really have like a history of like 70,000 years, but like humans have been around for 2.5 million years, and like I don't know, it's just like what were we doing for so long? That's kind of what I've been thinking.
We were like creating fire and inventing wheels and irrigation. Right. Takes a long time to get here to Louis the Child days.
and we're so, it just makes me feel lucky to live in such a nice time where we have like all these tools at our disposal to do what we love, and like, you know, decent medicine and all this like technological advancement, and you know, I just feel lucky.
I totally agree. I think that it's easy to get caught up in the negatives about what our technologic age can do, but when you really stop and think about it, I think the pros are bigger. I don't know. We're all connected. Like you and I are talking right now. Everyone who's watching in the chat right now, this would never happen otherwise. And, you know.
Crazy. It's amazing.
Yeah. Well, I can see now, based on your long reading list, where you got all these heady concepts for the album. It's so zen. It's so real. I don't know. But I love it. And it's presented in such a fun, catchy way. It's not like you're beating people over the head with these big concepts of like ephemeralism or whatever, but it's fun.
And we're really not like trying to tell people how to feel. We're kind of like, these are like songs to ourselves where we're like, this has helped us, and like just singing out things that have, you know, made our lives better, and hopefully someone else connects with it. And so I think for that reason, it doesn't feel like we're beating you over the head too, you know.
Right. Soft suggestion to live in the moment and enjoy the little things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. We had the chance to speak for Billboard about a month ago before the album came out, and you guys told me how important it was for you to have a well thought out, overarching subject for the album itself. And could you share with the audience today a little bit about what that message is and how you ensured that it would touch on each track with the collaborators, etc.?
So I'll start off just by saying each song is me and Robbie reacting in different ways, and seeing the fact that we're here for now in different ways. And also, each time we would write a song, our ideas of what Here For Now meant to us would build a little bit. And so each song was kind of just written off of the same kind of seed of like this kind of like, let's be thankful that we're looking out of eyes right now. Let's try to, you know, find the solutions and not like focus on the problems, you know, like all just positive stuff too along with it. But the main point is just that we're here for now, here in this moment. Every moment's transient here on Earth, you know, like only for now, because, you know, you could get in a car accident tomorrow, your best friend, your mom. So it's like, it's at some point we have to realize to like really appreciate our time with each other and family and friends, and just appreciate the gift of like breathing, you know.
And like we're, you know, the people that we're on this earth with are like, we're all we got, you know, and you have the power within you to make your experience on Earth great and everyone else's experience on Earth great. And if these are the people that you got on Earth with you, like you might as well make the best of this with them, you know. And I think a way that we were really able to get that idea through in every song was by going into each, you know, writing session with the intention of writing about that, and we talk with every artist we collaborated with. We'd, you know, have conversations with them and tell them what, like, this is where we're at, this is the concept we're writing about for the project, like, what does this mean to you, you know? Mm-hmm. Tell me how you feel about the fact that, you know, we're only alive for this small period of time, and that everything is, you know, totally impermanent. You know, and a lot of stuff came through those conversations of talking with artists and everyone that we collaborated with.
Yeah. You guys have such a wonderful list of collaborators on this album. I'm sure that there were some really interesting conversations. Do you have any in particular that stood out in your mind, or like maybe all of a sudden you find yourself talking for hours and hours and you're like, oh, we should make a song out of this? I don't know how it goes.
I love talking to K-Play. I remember her saying something that like was really like strong and like stood out to me. She said like, you know, if you're feeling like you have too much acne, or if you feel like you're like overweight, like just post a picture of like your worst photo and just like put it out there, so it's like everyone sees it and you're just like, whatever, this is me. Like, don't be afraid of people seeing it. Just like, you know, like make yourself look the worst. It's like why would you want people to only like you for your best? Like, you want them to like love you at your worst and your best. Like, and I don't know, she's always talking about a lot of really helpful kind of like just strong attitudes, you know, like mentally, and you know. That's
a great idea. Do you guys want to make ugly faces real quick? 1, 2, 3, make the ugliest face we can.
Do it. You do it. You can do it. I did it. But you didn't count to 3. Okay, good. So,
all right, we'll do it. We'll count to 3. Okay, ready? Everyone at home has to make an ugly face too.
Everyone make a funny face.
Yeah. So it's not just us. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Is that good?
Honestly, I think we were all beautiful. I hope everyone let us know how beautiful our ugly faces
I think it was a 10 out of 10.
10s across the board. No, that's awesome. The K-Flay song is one of my favorites on the album as well. The message of that one is so beautiful, and yeah, we all get down sometimes, but that's not what needs to hold us down. You know, we gotta keep going.
Yeah, we have so much in common, you know, between everyone.
Mm-hmm.
It's, I mean, yeah, I think it's just, we wanted that song to be like a song that brings out all of our like similarities and can bring us all together in a moment, like in a live setting or whenever it's played. Like, makes everyone think about all these like ways that we're similar in like the way we feel, like the way we dream, or the way we like we're all just saying the same words. Like, there's so many things that you could think of that make us similar, and especially like the ones we brought up being like everyone having like some dream or like a goal that they want, or like having memories like with their grandparents or something that they can't go back to and that they love, you know. And we have all these things tying us together that we that are like invisible, and I wanted to bring that up.
Speaking of, who is that a picture of in the background? It looks like some cool family members.
My mom and dad.
Hey, shout out mom and dad. I like the sepia tone. I guess it's not sepia tone, but it's very rosy.
What's it called? Yeah, infrared camera, so it's like healthy.
That's cool. Kind of makes me think of a lot of the visualizers you put together for the songs on this album.
Yeah, infrared photography definitely inspired the like initial idea of like colored world and like messing with the sky and the colors of the mountains or like the world. You know? Yeah.
It we're gonna watch the We Are Here For Now video in a little bit, and that one in particular, it kind of makes me think also of Madion's Good Faith project, his album that came out. You know, he got really into that like big Technicolor version. I know you guys are Madion fans, so I don't know if you're.
I mean, I got super into that like effect, like the gradient stuff, like right before he put out that album, and I was like, it was around the same time also as Brockhampton did their Iridescent cover, and that was really that kind of. I was like, sweet. I wonder what other colors I could like mess to make it look like this, but like different.
That's so cool.
I started doing that like a long time ago, and it's just fun to like replace the colors of the world with like whatever, kind of like paint on like a photo. It's like with all the technology we have, it's like it's click buttons like real quick and it's like done. And it's like, ooh, I'm gonna change that color, and it's all like creative and fun and easy. It's like so nice.
So do you guys make those yourselves? The visualizers?
No.
Oh, okay. I was like, damn, y'all really do it all.
No, we didn't do those, but a lot of that came from stuff that our buddy Colin was doing. Colin Miller has been kind of editing a lot of our videos like that with all these like crazy colors over the past like year or two. That definitely like played a role in that as well.
That's so cool. When you guys are writing music, you know, I feel like there's so much depth and color to the sounds of the songs themselves. Do you imagine visual scenes while you're creating? How does it work in your head?
Yeah, a lot of times. Not every single song we do, but like a lot of the best songs, we see like a pretty clear image, or like it kind of transports you to like another place where you see it's just cinematic or kind of just like naturally makes you imagine and visualize. But like with what a world, I was definitely imagining lots of different scenes and lots of different things, because we talked about like caves and we talked about the world, and I was imagining like the singer of Bob Moses like walking through this like field of like no one's around, and like all these different things of kind of like in the world and like coming out of a cave and stuff. And yeah, so sometimes it just happens naturally, and sometimes it's just really funny. Like we'll think of like, oh my god, this song makes me think of like someone in like a classic zoot suit, but like neon colors,
Yeah,
dancing around. Like, it's just like, why did I think of that? It's so fun.
that's so awesome. That's the kind of outfit you guys need to put together when you can finally go on tour again.
Yeah. Sure. Come back with the zoot suit.
Hell yeah!
That's a side project outfit.
How has it been for y'all in quarantine, though? How was it to release this album and not be able to rush out there and hug the fans IRL and see them and play shows? Like, what's it been like for you?
Definitely feels strange, you know? But I think when the whole kind of quarantine first started, I definitely was kind of bummed, and I was like, damn, we're gonna like put out this project and not like be able to go out and like experience it in the world or for tour or anything. But just kind of like come to accept it, and I think there's also like there's something kind of special about putting out music in a time that like no one's gonna forget. You know, everyone's going to remember this period of time right now because it's such a huge, you know, global event that's happening.
Absolutely.
So I think there's something to be said about, you know, releasing any type of art at a time that, you know, everyone's going to remember. You know, you might not remember what the song of the summer was 3 years ago, but like 10 years from now, you're going to remember what you were listening to during quarantine.
100%. That's so true.
And people just will know the songs even more when we go on tour in, you know, a year, hopefully.
Yeah, it'll be an even bigger celebration.
And also the songs are like more like songs and not as much like big festival, big show songs. And we would probably remix a good amount of them for live purpose. But also we're going to be putting out like a bunch of different like more like higher energy, kind of like more electronic stuff this year. And I think that'll all lead well back into going back into the world and playing.
Fuck yeah!
We'll have a whole new batch of like new music for everyone to enjoy.
That's awesome. Kind of this like fast pace. You said high energy, so I'm like, is it high energy? Like big pounding techno?
225 BPM, double time.
Triplets.
Triplet tech sounds like a great subgenre to me.
No snare drums.
Yeah, everything's in 7/8.
7/8.
Well, I want to make sure that Maria Orb wanted to say, can confirm Louisa Child gives the best shows. So I don't want that compliment to go on.
Let's go. You heard it here first. Confirmed.
You heard it here. Confirmed. The research shows.
Maria don't lie. Maria does not lie.
She doesn't. Is there one thing about that tour life that you miss now that you never thought maybe you would miss or never really thought too much about, but suddenly now that you can't be there, it's like, oh, I miss that?
Everything I thought I'd miss. Just the people and the shows. I love like being at the festivals and meeting people and you know, seeing everyone. Like especially like Forest and Coachella, Lolla.
I love Forest. All those festivals, really. It's cool.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get to fan questions in just a moment here, but first I want to play the We Are Here For Now video. And that song is unique because it doesn't have a feature, right? There's not a vocal collaborator. Is that you guys singing the... Yeah. How was that?
Together.
How was that? You guys don't do that a lot? Was that the first time, or...?
Started doing it on this project. Like, Freddie sang on our song From Here, another song Go, that's on the Love Is Alive EP. But this album's the first time that we've taken on a much bigger kind of singing role. We do a lot of background vocals in like other songs, and then also like Bittersweet, Freddie singing lead vocal on Don't Mind, we sing together, and We Are Here For Now, we sing together. Cool. And I sing on La La La. So yeah, like half the project has us singing.
Yeah, how did it feel to get behind the mic? Did it feel good? Are you going to keep doing it?
Yeah, definitely. And it's cool to you know, add your voice in places where it might add a different kind of texture to the overall sound, or bring out, you know, something different in the words. You know, your voice is like such a cool instrument that you can use, even if it's not the focal point. You can use it kind of as this ancillary tool.
Totally. You just make weird noises into the mic, turn those into samples. And it makes it more personal, I guess, the project in general.
Definitely.
Okay, well, I'm going to play the Here For Now video, and when we come back, we will get to your fan questions, so throw them in the chat. Don't wait, do it now! And we're back!
And we're back.
We were having a deep discussion about the Beatles and our shared love of the Beatles. Do you want to show off your T-shirt? Share any of the details you were just sharing with me.
I was just saying I've been listening to a lot of Revolver lately and have very much a newfound appreciation for that whole project.
Yeah.
And I have this book called All the Songs. That's the story behind every single Beatles song, like everything you'd want to know about it, the story behind it, the number it takes, who's playing what, like technical stuff, whatever it is. And so I've been like flipping through, just like learning stuff about different songs. It's wild. Those guys are geniuses.
I know. Literally set the bar for everything that came after them.
For real.
Was there anything from that kind of later psychedelic Beatles era that inspired you while making Here For Now, either like in tone or just in techniques? Because you guys bring a lot of psychedelia to this album too.
Mm-hmm.
I think, yeah, I definitely did not have like any inspiration from the Beatles for like the sound of it when I was like when we were like working on it. Rob was listening to a bunch of Revolver. We were talking with a bunch of different writers about the Beatles, like John Ryan. We had a bunch of different conversations. Mm-hmm. So they were in talks. We love what they're about, and how they were like a voice for, like, we love Come Together, and their first album, I love like One, and all their like love songs.
Yeah, I love Hold Your Hand and 8 Days a Week, all those real poppy ones.
I think that stuff is like ingrained in my musical psyche. Like that was the first music I ever like really listened to. Like I Want to Hold Your Hand was the first song I can remember that was like, that's my favorite song.
Me too!
First, like, which one I love is I Want to Hold Your Hand.
Yeah, I think 8 Days a Week is my first favorite one.
They're all so good.
Yeah, but and also I don't think like too much of psychedelia was like an intended focus on for the album. I think it was supposed to be like, you know, we're talking about like I can see every color in you, and that sounds psychedelic because but it's more supposed to be like poetic, and maybe it comes off as psychedelic because it's so like colors, and like people see colors while they're tripping and stuff like that. Yeah. But I think it's just more like poetically saying like that we can. I believe you can do anything you want to do.
Yeah. Well, it works both ways. I enjoy it both ways.
Yeah. It just wasn't intentional at all. That's great.
Speaking of psychedelic, someone on Twitter, Ty Ravedad, T-Y Ravedad, thank you Ravedad, not quite sure how to say it, But they wanted to know where Robbie got his psychedelic overalls that you were wearing in the Digital Mirage set.
Oh, we got them at a photo shoot that we did. Like, they had them at the photo shoot, and I was like, these are sick. So,
and you stole them. No.
So kept them after the photo shoot, and I bought like a whole tie-dye kit and some blank shirts and some blank overalls. But I haven't done anything yet. But
Yeah.
but I want to make more. I was like, yo, I want to make like a bunch of tie-dye overalls. These are sweet.
Yeah, I mean, you have plenty of time still. It doesn't seem like lockdown is going to end anytime soon, so...
Yeah.
Looking like it's going to be like 2025 or so.
Yeah.
Maybe
You'll have
2030.
so much tie-dye by then. You can just
2030,
hand
yeah.
tie-dye the merch. Earlier as well, before you guys came onto the show, Mel wanted to know what inspired the song Free with Drew Love. It's one of her favorites.
That one, Drew wrote that and then sent it to us. But I remember he told us it was about a girl that he had met, I believe, at Snow Globe, right?
Ooh.
Festival? Yeah. So, yeah, we wanted him to come out with us at Snow Globe and perform it. We're like, that'd be such a funny, like, full circle moment, but it didn't end up happening, sadly. So yeah, that was a something, story from Drew's life.
That's so cool. Shout out that girl, too. Like, you have a song.
Shout out that girl for breaking his heart.
Oh, no! It was sad. Oh, boo. Okay, well, shout out to Drew for writing that song. For making something beautiful out of the heart, I guess.
Yeah.
Maria wants to know what Robbie and Freddie's food is. I don't know if that's like ever in general or maybe your favorites.
Food?
Yeah.
What's your food?
Oh, favorite. Okay, yeah. It is favorite food, yeah.
Favorite food?
I mean, pizza, I just like, it's just the best food there is.
It can't be topped.
There's so many different types.
But are you guys like, are you strict Chicago, the pan pizza?
I love it. I love
deep dish.
Yeah, deep dish. That's it. Thank you.
But I'm not strict on it. I love like some Italian, some like margarita pizza is so good.
Yeah.
But Rob can't have pizza, sadly.
Yeah.
Are you lactose intolerant or gluten free or something?
Yes. Lactose.
Oh,
it's fine. Pizza's overrated anyway.
I'm over here. It's the best food there is.
Yeah, and you can't have it. Have you guys been like trying out your chef skills in quarantine? Have you been making anything?
Not really.
I haven't made too much, but all my roommates like to cook, and all my roommates are from like different parts of the world, so they've been turning me on to like a bunch of different food and teaching me different stuff. But I'm not a huge cook. Actually, though, I've been making a lot of smoothies.
There you go.
That's my quarantine cooking.
What's your go-to mix?
Go-to mix? I definitely a nice base layer of kale. Definitely like a good strawberry and banana. I like to throw like a bunch of peanut butter in there too.
Ooh, I was just thinking that somehow.
Peanut butter in a smoothie is
game changer. Oh shit!
And some chia seeds and
what's your base?
Kale base layer.
But you need
either usually coconut water.
Nice. That sounds tasty. Maybe you could do like a little IG video of making smoothies.
Making a
Robbie Hubbard.
How to make a Rob smoothie.
I make a whole smoothie.
Lisbeth J. I'm just going to read the whole comment. It's a little longer, but it's very sweet. I would like to know what inspired them to do the song We All Have Dreams. That song moved me and made me shed some tears with the lyrics. Came here alone, but you've got the world right by your side. Now I know I'm not alone. Thank you, Louis the Child.
Hey, thank you. Shout out.
Yeah, that lyric actually touches me very deeply as well. And the way that you guys frame it with the music, kind of like cuts back and lets that really sing out. It's well done, boys. Well done.
Yeah, it's just like all of these things are something that we share. Like we all feel lonely. We all feel the same love. We all feel the same things. We all have the same brains, the same neurotransmitters that are
the same electrical impulses are firing.
Things, and see it that way. And what inspired it was just like thinking about a live setting and being on stage and thinking of what would I want everyone to be singing together? What do I want to see people like chanting? And coming, and we always want to bring people together, and with our music and with our shows, and that's a whole big focus. Is like, we have a really lucky job where we get to be like part of the fun parts of life, where like doctors deal with like the worst, like really sad parts of life. We get to like, it's almost like music, like more kids come to like shows than like go to church, and it's a big thing, and we just care about it and want to make a safe space where everyone feels like connected and like they're cared about and they fit in.
Yeah, and if you think about like setting intentions and the power of intentions and manifesting your will and all that stuff, it kind of becomes a little bit like magic, if you believe in that sort of thing, when you get so many people together chanting that same positive message out into the air. Like, that changes people's perspectives for the rest of the day and into the week and into the rest of their lives after the show, And you guys, I can't imagine the energy of all those people. Like,
yeah, that's going to be really special, hearing everyone like scream out those words at the show.
Okay, let me make sure. Will Johnny Boy wants to know, will both Louis the Child sets for the Red Rocks nights be identical, or will y'all be mixing things up each night? Is that like a stream Red Rocks thing you guys are doing too? I'm not sure.
We got Red Rocks shows in like a year.
Okay.
Too early to tell on that one.
No, I mean, usually we don't. If we're gonna do like a show like that, we'll probably switch it up and have 2 different sets. Pretty similar in with what they're gonna like, the content, but like maybe change up the take out 3 things, put in 3 different things, switch up the flow a little bit, But a lot of times it's hard to like want to switch up the flow because you're like, oh, this feels so good. But like I'm sure we'll give you 2 different if we do 2 nights.
Yeah, and now you have a full album's worth of material, let alone your giant.
2 different shows.
You guys have enough material probably to do 2 unique shows at this point. Like, you got a debut album, a giant EP that could have been an album, plus everything.
And then we'll have
we'll have way more music out in a year too.
Yeah,
so.
I'm so excited to hear that. Elizabeth, again, just wants to say, can't wait to see you soon on tour, whenever that is. Also, you collaborated with Ryan Tedder for a CBD water. Will they collab for a song?
we sent some stuff over his way, and something I think will come from it. Yeah. We definitely want to make some stuff with him, and he wants to make stuff with us. So.
What does that mean? You collabed on CBD water?
he's got like a CBD water company. And we collabed on like a can, like a custom can that we were going to sell at Coachella or give away at Coachella. And because Coachella got moved and then canceled, we ended up just selling them online and donating all the money to Sweet Relief.
Oh, that's great. I'm glad. Donating is key in today's day and age.
Totally. And to donate to something that, is directly associated with like what we do. Sweet Relief helps out, musicians who are in need of financial help. So good to give back to our community.
Everybody check that out, Sweet Relief. Just because you can't buy the CBD water doesn't mean you can't donate to the cause and be a part of the movement. Brother Dan and Alex say hi. Want to make sure you get that message.
Hello, brothers.
And, I wish I was a mango. Who doesn't? Me too. I wish I was a mango asks, is there any chance of you guys doing a project file breakdown? Loved you guys in the DAW back on the crate. Would be dope to see under the hood again.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think we probably will. Maybe more than one.
Cool. Is that something you guys have been doing on your IG Lives? Are you still doing a lot of cool IG Live stuff? Last time I talked to you, had just done that beat battle with Weethan, and you guys are doing story times.
Yeah, we recently did kind of like a breakdown of how we made the beat for Big Love. That's like up on our Instagram. And I think we'll get back into doing more like Insta Live stuff and maybe doing some song breakdowns and whatnot on there.
That's awesome. I know you guys told me in the other interview we did for Billboard that you pushed yourselves to use a lot more out-of-the-box instruments, and we're kind of playing around with different toys and synthesizers. Do you want to speak a little bit about that right now and tell people about some of the cool toys and gear you were working with, or maybe have been working on with the new songs?
Definitely. I'll say for the album we played a lot more piano, and we had like a trumpet player play on a few songs, which added like a cool kind of organic element to it. And we have
he's an MPC a lot
that was playing a lot of parts.
That's gotta just be fun, just hitting them little buttons. I don't know.
yeah, and just like the ideas flow a lot quicker when one person can be sitting there like playing stuff in, and the other one can be recording it and adding more things and letting the ideas like kind of jam a little more.
So we got a bunch of different like hand drums that we've been using lately that are like so fun to play with, and like get like a whole drum circle going from like one little like electronic hand drum. Nice.
That's awesome. Ooh, electronic hand drums. That sounds so tight. That sounds like something I should have, even though I'm not really a professional musician. That just sounds fun. Yo, so cool. Oh, I wish we could play it right now. Johnny Boy wants to know if you guys play Warzone. Have you guys been playing a bunch of games while stuck in quarantine, or like what's going on?
I have not, but
I got a PS2 and have been playing a bunch of nostalgic games.
Yes.
SSX, SSX2, SSX3, NBA Street 2.
Yeah, we talked about that last time. Love for NBA Street and the soundtrack of NBA Street.
Oh yeah, that's definitely like I didn't even realize at the time how much that inspired me and like made me love hip hop and like hip hop production, all that. Yeah, all the NBA Street Volume 1 and 2 has like really good like kind of just New York '90s hip hop kind of vibes. I love that.
Classic era shit. Classic. I heard they're gonna induct Biggie Smalls into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year, so. About time.
Yeah. I feel like there's so many people that are like, you hear they're getting inducted, and you're like,
they should just like make it the Music Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I know. I think it's like they're getting used to the idea that it's not just rock and roll, and now it's like,
Like, come on.
Rock and roll is a state of mind, dude. It's an attitude. It's like punk rock. Like, punk rock is just whenever the kids are like, fuck you, I do what I want. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
Who would you tell me?
Yeah. Will you guys post the beat battle ever? Jack Henry wants to know.
Well, like halfway through, Instagram like shit out, and so I definitely like wanted to, because at the end of like doing a live, you can like save the video and post it, and then I think like Weedy lost connection or something, so it just like was gone. We're like, okay, well, I guess it's gone.
Damn, that sucks. I hate technical difficulties.
You saw it, But I think people will be hearing some of those beats pretty soon anyway.
Oh, cool. So. I'd love to hear the backstory of how you and Weethan became friends. He's from the Chicago area too, right? Like, did y'all know each other back in the day, or how did that work?
Yeah, so we found his XCII remix, and that was great. And then that's the first song we heard from him, and
probably like 2015, maybe
2015 or so. And then how soon after did Joey start?
I remember you met up with him. Like I was in
one time, but I feel like Joey and him had already been talking a bunch. Our manager, and then Joey had told me a bunch about Weethan, and then so I hung out with him, and we like made some beats and hung out and just like kicked it off, and it was just a good like squad, good homie.
And for a little while, we had a studio with him and Win and Woo in Chicago that we all worked out of
That's
for a
so
while.
sick.
That was just like a great time. It was like all of us working in the studio, all of our like managers and stuff worked in like this little office space right off to the side, and that was just like our spot where we could just like, yeah, we just hang there, like made a bunch of dope songs there, like, yeah, that was just a time.
Yeah, we definitely had a circle in Chicago and we were all like always hanging. Me and us and Weedy and Winnie and Ash too. She was on a bunch.
Well, that's cool to hear, because I was just thinking, like, especially, you know, you're close in age, and there's something about the way that you all approach what dance pop can be and sounds like. And do you ever feel like you're part of some sort of moment in time musically? Like, is there the feeling that there was a movement going on when you first started getting into this, or like, I don't know if that's something you'd be conscious of or think about, but
I think it's stuff that you realize years later.
mm-hmm.
Like, I think when we were first starting off on SoundCloud and stuff, like, you know, it's not until like now, like years later, that at least I can like look back and be like, whoa, that was something special that we had going on with SoundCloud. And like all of our friends there, all, you know, everyone moving Castle and like, you know, all the different like people that we were, like, that was just such a moment back then. And now we've all like, everyone's, you know, matured and grown into, you know, being out, you know, album artists, and we've all like grown from that like little community on SoundCloud to all be going out doing different things. So I feel like in the moment it was just like us having fun, connecting with people and enjoying it. But then you look back and you're like, whoa, that was a really cool moment, you know, that we had going on that platform for a while.
Yeah, kind of goes back to the theme of the album.
Mm-hmm.
Just being in the moment, letting it flow through you.
Totally.
Okay, just a couple more questions, I think. Any word on Honey 2 or Candy 2, timeline of Candy 2?
Who knows?
I don't know who would know anything about that.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone who would even know anything about that. You know anyone who would even know anything about that?
No, definitely not us. If anyone knew anything about anything,
that's probably not us.
I think that sounds suspicious, but
we're just saying that if anyone were to know anything, it would not be us.
Oh, okay. All right. What about Here For Now vinyl? Do you know anything about Here For Now on vinyl?
Yes, you have to like master songs differently for vinyl, especially with how we create music these days. So we're really focusing on making sure that it sounds the best it can sound, and we also want to put together a good like packaging for it all. So patience, it will come, but it's just trust that we're making it the best it can be.
Maybe some of that old Beatles vinyl albums can influence the final packaging for Here For Now.
True.
Get some cool like lyric booklets and foldouts.
Yeah.
I love the cover of the album though, the hands and the rainbow. Mm-hmm. Any cool story behind that? Whose hands are they? I don't know.
One of them is someone, our creative director, thank you X. I think it was one of his friends is the hand on the left, and then or the hand on the right, and then the hand on the left we had a hand, and then we needed to get a new one, and it was literally like some like intern at Interscope like just like took a picture of his hand and used that. So I forget his name, but shout out. I
don't know if I even would have noticed it was two different like sets of hands, so that's pretty cool. I'm glad I asked.
If you look closely on the right hand, we snuck a little crown on the thumb.
Ooh, okay.
A fingernail of the thumb.
Fun Easter eggs.
There's like three things to the cover that kind of it represents, and the two different hands. It's not like the same person. It's not one person's hand. It's two people. So it's kind of like showing connection. And then also like the hand, like the rainbow is like cut off, and it's like showing you that you have only this much time on Earth. And the rainbow is kind of like a metaphor for like seeing the magical parts of life, or like one of the magical, like I think a rainbow is like one of the most magical things to like what you can see on Earth, you know. Like,
totally.
and it's kind of like a good representation of like imagination and magic and creativity.
Yeah.
There's a picture of the album over there.
I figured.
That's why he keeps looking up. I don't think he's like looking away from the camera. There's like a picture of the art over there.
There's actually some really good pizza over there that he just can't stop staring at. He's like, oh, pizza. How do you guys get into the creativity flow? Have you ever felt like you hit a block? And if so, what do you do to get past? There it is. What do you do to get past that block?
Lately, I've noticed that like practicing scales and practicing simple piano and vocal stuff is really helpful. Practicing like with a metronome or like also practicing without the metronome, but listening to a bunch of new music. Like I've been just like finding a bunch of different genres and finding what I like in a bunch of different things and just surrounding myself with like inspiration from outside sources, and then also like doing things within to like inspire and allow for me to like feel creative and like definitely scales and like practicing drums, practicing voice is like the most helpful.
So practice. If you don't feel like making a song, just practice.
Yeah.
A song might reveal
or
itself.
Listen to other stuff, or just do something to keep the creative mind flowing. Or even sometimes it's good to just like take a 5-minute break. A lot of times if you're like in the zone for a while and you feel stuck, you'll like walk away for 5-10 minutes and you'll come back and sit down and immediately you're like, oh duh, gotta change this, gotta change that doesn't sit right, like whatever it is.
And I'm also at my best when I'm like intellectually stimulated too, so like if I'm reading books then I'm also just in a zone where I'm just like moving and learning and working.
Yeah. So no wonder you guys are creating a bunch of music. You're reading 10 books. There's tons of music to create.
Yeah.
All right. And I love this question as well. Why do you always play tunes in your socks on stage? Is it true? And why?
I definitely, like, it feels comfortable, A. Also, like, I feel like I mentally just associate wearing my shoes with, like, not being at home or being in a place of comfort. So I feel like on stage I feel very comfortable, so I like don't want to wear my shoes. And I saw Tame Impala play in his bare feet once, and I was like, damn, I love how like just what that like tells the fans. Like I like enjoy just like, I don't know, I feel like he's comfortable and he's just like chilling.
I noticed that David Byrne, the singer of the Talking Heads, did the same thing during his Coachella set a couple years ago. So it must
very
be
liberating. It feels great.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Sometimes you end up in like you're in like a club and there's the floor like sticky because people spill drinks and stuff, and then
it gets rowdy in the booth. So.
Yeah. All my socks are like black on the bottom.
Chris.
Wearing them at shows.
All right, I'm going to wrap it up soon because I know we're hitting almost an hour, although I love you guys for being like so down to hang out.
No problem.
Since you did mention the cool story behind the album cover and the little Easter egg of the crown, are there any other Easter eggs that you would like to at least hint at or tell us about from this album?
Someone found there's a little snippet of It's Strange, like a tiny little snippet of it in We Are Here For Now, and I'll give like the slightest hint that there's one other very big Easter egg hidden somewhere in the album that no one's found. So
that's right. Get to work, kids. There's more gold in these Sonic Hills.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, before as I say goodbye to you, and when I end the stream, we're going to play the Little Things video, which is one that I really enjoy. It's got that cool like paper stop motion. Is it actually paper stop motion or?
Yeah.
Wow, that takes a lot of work.
Did it ourselves.
That's
Just
so
kidding,
cool.
we didn't.
And yeah, right. Well, I don't know if this was intentional, But it kind of has a little bit of a quarantine party vibe because everyone's dancing in their balconies.
Yeah, I know it's supposed to be everyone's quarantining in the video.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool because it did come out in April, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And is that the one that starts with that really cool sample you guys told me about? Your manager or someone was on this tiny island and...
That's Big Love.
Oh, Big Love! Okay, I knew it was one of the songs you were playing. Do you want to tell everyone about that sample real quick, too, and before?
Yeah, so our A&R at our label, Interscope, was on a vacation on this island called Rarotonga, and he walked into this, like, random little church, and there was a church choir singing, and he just thought it was, like, it sounded great, and he wanted to record it and bring it back to us to have us flip it and try something with, and then we ended up really liking it, so we thought it was just so cool that he was, like, on this small island in the middle of nowhere, and like, wandered into a church and recorded this, group. It's just, it's
he
like...
recorded it, like, on his phone, too.
Wow.
Like, what you hear in the song is literally an iPhone recording.
Wow. Yeah. I actually Googled it on Google Maps, Rarotonga, when I was writing up that other interview. It is a tiny-ass island in the middle of the ocean. I would have never known it was there. Like, why was he there? What?
He's there on vacation.
Apparently there's no cars. They just have, like, ATVs and buggies.
Whoa. That sounds kind of sick. Like, I hope we don't all overwhelm Rarotonga, but maybe we should take a trip sometime, like, everyone individually.
Field trip. Maybe we take a Miss Chris.
Yes!
There we go.
Take the magic
Bring it
school
all back
bus!
around. Look at that.
Listen, I couldn't have done a full circle moment better than that. So maybe we should end on this magical note. Unless there's anything else you guys want to share with everyone here today, or let us know little things, anything at all, new music.
I want to say thank you guys for listening, and hope you guys love the album as much as we do.
Yeah, I personally love it. I recently drove myself across the country for a move, and I listened to that, and it kept me going.
Let's go. Love
it was all the energy I needed. All right, thank you, Robbie, Freddie. Thank you so much. It was so awesome chatting with you guys. I hope I get to talk to you soon. I hope I get to see you on tour next year. I hope the world opens.
Same.
Bye.
Bye.